Hello there my fellow holotable heroes and welcome to another SWGOH video. Now I'm back in Assault Battles, Secrets and Shadows. Now I've done before already challenge tier 1 video, so if you haven't seen that one and you want to attempt it, check it out, I'll link in the description below. But if you have a relic 5 Daka or above, you might actually be able to attempt challenge tier 2. So in my first video when I did challenge tier 1, my Daka, actually all my Night Sisters were gear 12 except Asajj, she was relic 3 or 4 I think. Now here, in addition to having a relic for Asajj, I also now have relic 5 Daka, so I will attempt challenge tier 2 here. Alright, so I'll just jump in and I can show you the mods that I'm having on these girls. Now for Talzin mods, I just put critical damage on her, you know, hopefully it will boost her damage a bit. But gear 12 she won't be hitting that hard. Now Daka here, she's probably the key character in this whole team, because as long as she's alive she can keep reviving everybody back. So no matter how many times they die, and obviously having Zayt on her, the more allies die, the more health she will have and harder she'll be able to kill. But the problem is that this health stacking resets at the beginning of every wave, so you really need to mod her to have above 120k health. You know, if she would be relic 7 here, that wouldn't be such a problem, but relic 5, you know, you really have to put all your best health sets on her, because Seed's AoE at the beginning does about 120k on a critical hit. So you want to stack her with health so she can survive that initial AoE. Then also what I put on her was a critical avoidance arrows. As you can see, now her critical avoidance is at 42.5%, because if she avoids the critical hit from Seed, you know, it will be less than 120k health. So you know, then she has much better chance to survive there as well. So these are the mods on her that I have. I also was able to boost her defense a bit through defense secondary, so if you can do that, that's great. Then looking at Asajj here, again critical damage, same like Talzin. Now actually for zombie I removed all mods from her. You want to be that she's as squishy as possible. Mine is gear 12, if yours is lower maybe it will be even better, because the more time she dies, the stronger Asajj and Daka will get as each wave progresses. So you want her to be squishy, you want her to keep dying over and over again. No matter how tanky she is, she will just get destroyed, killed quickly a couple of times, and then she will have minus 100% speed and she won't ever take a turn. So might as well make her squishy, that she keeps getting killed, and at least then, you know, your team benefits from her constantly dying, not only boosting Asajj and Daka, but also boosting their turn meter and resetting cooldowns and things like that. So you want zombie to be as squishy as possible. And then finally Talia here, she's gear 11, mine, but that's good enough I think, so I just put some health and protection and things like that on her, but she's really here for her middle ability that heals, boosts your turn meter, but most importantly, if Seed in wave 4 lands healing immunity on Daka, she can dispel that, so then Daka can also heal herself. So that's really important here, that you use Talia instead of Spirit for this strategy to work. Okay, finally time for battle, let's go. Now here I like to make Sith Assassins my priority, because what happens is if your Night Sisters get killed, usually, you know, zombie, she won't be able to be killed, she'll keep coming back, and Daka should be very tanky by the time all the Night Sisters are killed, revived. So there'll be only 2 of them left, and what a Sith Assassins can do, they can keep your Daka stun locked, and she would never get a turn to actually revive everybody back. So you definitely want to make Sith Assassins your priority. But the thing is, all these guys are so quick, your only chance really to kill them is with Plague. That's why you really want to use Talzin lead here, because, you know, it really helps applying Plague whenever you use special abilities for Night Sisters. So just use special abilities except Talia. Like my Talia, because she's gear 11, she's so squishy. If I would have used of any her special abilities in wave 1, by the time I get to wave 4, her abilities will still be on cooldowns, because she just keeps getting killed over and over again, and she never takes a turn to reduce her cooldowns. So for this strategy to work, if you have a squisher Talia, then just use her basic, and that's what I did. I only used basics from Talia all the way until wave 4, because she's crucial. Both of her special abilities are crucial that you can defeat wave 4, so it's really something to keep in mind. Now, especially here in wave 2, because Mol, he dazes your sisters, it's so tempting to cleanse that off with Talia, but when I did it a couple of times, and like I said, then her special abilities were still on cooldowns in wave 4, so you just gotta bear with this and go through. And again, here in wave 2, priorities should be Sith Assassins, because they can, as mentioned before, stun lock your Daka and she won't be able to get a turn. She's dazed, stunned, and she won't be able to revive everybody and you lose. So I needed a couple of tries to get past wave 2, because I kept getting stun locked by Sith Assassins. But luckily, a couple of tries, I was able to get through here. And then after you're just down to last couple of guys anyway, Plague will already stack a lot and they'll just die off from Plague. Okay, and at the end of wave 2, just keep using your basics here, just that you have your special attacks available for the next wave here. Okay, here we go. So healed up a bit. Come on, Sith Trooper, go down. There you go. So now we're into wave 3. Now, before I get started here with battle, I just want to explain the key point you have to do here is obviously make sure that Talia's special abilities are off cooldowns, so just use her basic attacks, but most importantly, she needs to go into the wave 4 with full or close to full turn meter, and that's because Sidious will start with full turn meter to his AoE, kill everybody except Zombie and Daka, and then Daka brings everybody back. But you need Talia to go straight after Daka so she can boost her meter, apply extra healing, as well as most importantly cleanse any debuffs, especially healing immunity of Daka. Now obviously trying to time that is very hard, because Plague just starts killing everybody. So there is a trick that I'll show you how you can get Talia into wave 4 with full turn meter, and that is once she gets killed, what will happen is, obviously thanks to Talzin Zeta lead here, that every time you use basic, Talia will raise from the dead, come, call to assist, and then die again. And every time she comes from the dead, takes a hit, she'll gain some turn meter. So after 3-4 times, she'll be at full turn meter while being dead. So then in the wave 4, you want to go with her dead. So then you bring her back with full turn meter. And that's how it works. You'll see. Okay, let's go into it. So here I just try to stun B1 battle droids because they do a lot of damage, assists and everything here. So here I was debating what to do. So I don't want Dooku counter-attacking. I just did here mass attack here again. Talia, just use her basic. You need to save her specials. Trying to get stuns on B1s whenever possible. So there you go, Talia's gone. And as you can see, every time she comes out and attacks, she'll gain a bit of turn meter. And eventually, she'll get to full turn meter. There we go. That's why here, what I was doing, when I used Asajj's heal, I didn't want to use heal from Daka, because this would revive Talia. Okay, so here I slowed down because I wanted to show you that Talia will now have full turn meter next time she comes back from the dead. Okay, so let's see now. See, Talia there, she now has 100% turn meter. So after, I think it was 3-4 times she got called assist from the dead, every time she gained a little bit of turn meter, and now she's at full turn meter. So what you have to try in here to do whenever you make a kill, that you don't kill somebody with a basic, because of Talzin's lead, then she'll come back. So you need to use special attacks to kill everybody off, or let Plague finish them off, and do not use Daka's revive heal ability, because obviously this will bring her back. So you want to have Talia dead at 100% turn meter going into wave 4. Now here, unfortunately, I did kill an enemy and Talia got revived, so I was like, come on, somebody kill Talia quickly. So there you go. Now Talia took a turn, Okay, so she gets killed again, but now again we have to preload her turn meter, okay? So see, every time she comes, she'll get a little bit of turn meter. There you go, she's at half turn meter already. Alright, almost there. Okay, again use heal from Asajj here. So there you go, everybody's dead. And now Talia has, you know, she didn't have quite full turn meter here, as you saw in the end of wave 3, because I made mistake and I killed somebody and this brought her back. So ideally once she's dead you want her to stay dead. And now I will revive everybody, and as you can see Talia's turn meter is almost full, so she'll be able to quickly go before Sidious gets to go. That's why it's important that, you know, Talia is dead going in from wave 3 into wave 4 with preloaded turn meter, because if she's alive it will be very hard for you to time that Talia has full turn meter. Okay, now when you bring everybody back, and you know most of them will have full turn meter because of all these Night Sister turn meter gain when somebody dies and so on, you will want to use the event ability here on Asajj, so she will taunt for you, and this will then Sid will then go after her, obviously because she's taunting. You don't want Sid to use basic, for example, on somebody and again apply some heal immunity or debuff, so just taunt here with Asajj. Okay, then for the next move you want to do Talzin AoE here so that you apply more plague. Okay, so now he's got 4 plague already, and that's the only way you can kill him, by stacking plague on him. And now this is why you need Talia's here special abilities to be off cooldowns, and as well she needs to be dead with preloaded turn meter. Because here, now in my case, there is no healing immunity on Daka, but in most cases there will be healing immunity on Daka. That's why you want to cleanse that off with Talia, as well as again, you know, boost everybody's turn meter a little bit and top up Daka's health. So there you go, see, this special ability will boost turn meter to your Night Sisters, heal and dispel all debuffs, and also as well top up Daka here to full health again. And at the same time, because of Talzin's lead, an extra plague was there applied, so Sid now has 5 stacks of plague. Okay, here again, because your Asajj is taunting, he will have to go after Asajj, and most of us we have Asajj relic, so she's a good person there to taunt for you. And you know, because of some deaths already, she's already a little bit stronger than, you know, even her base and mods will show, so you know she'll be able to tank a couple of hits here from Sidious. Okay, and now again when Talzin takes a turn, use her special, more plague, and there you go, he's dead. So once you get that sequence down, actually, you know, it's not that hard to complete this wave 4. As I mentioned, important, Talia needs her abilities off cooldown, she needs to be dead with preloaded turn meter, and then you can have that starting sequence in wave 4 that I showed you, apply plague and, you know, taunt on Asajj, and you should be fine. Now here, you know, once you make past wave 4, you're good to go, but still you need to be careful here. In the 5th wave, obviously, Death Trooper applies healing immunity on his AoE, so there you go. So there's obviously danger there that somebody gets killed, and because we just used Talia's dispel there, you know, it's still on cooldown, so here it's still a bit of danger for you. But you know, if your Daka is tanky relic 5, I think she should be able to survive. Now 6th wave is not really, to be honest, that challenging here. You should be able to burn through it easily. Now here in the 7th wave, the only danger here really is Kylo, because if he gets Retribution up, you know, he can keep counter-attacking, and then on his basic, again, he can apply healing immunity. So it's really, I think, the only danger here in wave 7 is the healing immunity that Kylo can apply on your Night Sisters. and now here into wave 8. To be honest, here the only RNG is if Nihilus would annihilate Daka. That would be tricky, because if he annihilates Daka, even though here in wave 4 actually it looks like whenever he annihilates somebody you can still bring them back, so it's not that his annihilate prevents revives, but if Daka goes down you have no way of reviving her unless you kill one of the guys. But because they're so tanky, you know, it would take a while before you kill them and bring Daka back. And then the danger is that in between, Nihilus would be able to annihilate all your ancestors one by one. So I think the only RNG bit here is if Daka gets annihilated, you might be in trouble. But you know, from experience from the tier 1 and other tiers, it seems like Nihilus always likes to go after zombie with his annihilate for some reason in most cases. So I think it's not that much danger here of you losing. Alright guys, so there you go, these are my rewards. I really wish that for this challenge tier 2 the rewards would be slightly higher, because there is really significant investment to get your guys up, or you need to spend lots of time trying to figure out strategy. If at least you would get 10 pieces of each of the relic materials that you farm in Cantina, and the other ones at least like maybe 15-20, I think would go a long way. But better this than nothing. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you find it useful on how to beat challenge tier 2 of the Secrets and Shadow Assault battles here. As I mentioned, once I figure out the strategy here, how to get Talia with preload a turn meter into wave 4 with all her abilities on cooldowns, then I think it was quite straightforward to do. So hopefully this tip with Talia, how to use her, how to preload her turn meter and use abilities, will help you to complete this. And as well, the second bit is in terms of mods, your Daka really needs to be above 120k health so she can survive that hit from Sidious in the beginning. Sometimes he does even a little bit over 120k, so if you can also put some defense on her, you just have to play around with mods, or do it a few times that you come to a point where he doesn't crit her. And that's why I also put a critical avoidance arrow on my Daka, so hopefully she can avoid a critical hit as well, increasing the chances of survival. And finally, make your zombie squishy as possible. Just remove all mods from her. She needs to die as many times as possible to boost your Daka as well as Asajj. Alright guys, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Have fun, enjoy your life, and may the RNG be with you, my friends.